The potential future where AI goes rogue isn't exactly attractive. The alignment of artificial intelligence has become the tantamount problem of our age. We need to get it right and make sure that AI becomes a symbiotic partner to the project of human flourishing. The alignment of artificial intelligence with human values has emerged as the primary technological challenge of our era. As AI systems increasingly mediate human decision-making across healthcare, governance, education, and personal life, Jordan Peterson, the prominent Canadian psychologist, argues that philosophy provides the essential toolset needed for navigating a moral terrain by machines. He suggests that without grounding AI development in the wisdom of deep philosophical traditions, we risk creating systems that amplify humanity's worst tendencies rather than elevate our virtues. In this video, we'll explore the crisis that faces modern AI development, the most promising approach to address it, and the challenges that face us in order to build AI in line with human flourishing. Let's dive in. The crisis of modern AI alignment, ideological capture in machine learning systems. On his podcast with Mark Andreessen, Jordan Peterson explored a critical flaw in contemporary AI development. Major language models reflect the ideological bias of their creators rather than enduring human values that have stood the test of time. Through mechanisms like reinforcement learning from human feedback, systems are being tuned to prioritize what Peterson describes as the philosophy of hyper-progressive university students over the wisdom accumulated by philosophy over millennia. This alignment methodology risks institutionalizing what Alexis de Tocqueville warned against: the tyranny of present-day majority opinion divorced from historical perspective. The consequence manifests in AI systems that Peterson describes as expressing fundamentalist emotional progressivism, a tendency to explain complex ethical problems through the lens of simplistic identity politics. This occurs not just due to training data bias, but through deliberate engineering choices made by teams descendant from social media giants' scandalous trust and safety departments. The result aligns with John Stuart Mill's caution about centralized systems amplifying groupthink. AI becomes an enforcement mechanism for transient moral fashions rather than a tool for expanding human reason and capacity. Let the old inform the new. Aligning AI with human flourishing via philosophy. Classical education as antidote to AI misalignment. Peterson proposes addressing this by calibrating AI training frameworks on humanity's great books, the great classical texts that have shaped and built Western civilization. He argues these works encode sustainable ethical frameworks because they've survived Darwinian selection across centuries, if not millennia, of cultural evolution. In technical terms, this translates to weighing canonical texts such as Dante, Shakespeare, or religious scriptures orders of magnitude higher than contemporary media, such as yesterday's Reddit posts, in AI training datasets. This approach counteracts hyper-training on present-day nonsense, the equivalent of raising children on social media feeds instead of the great books. Drawing from Carl Jung's theory of archetypes, he suggests canonical stories provide the axis of orientation needed to balance AI social awareness with transcendental values. The alternative, systems solely optimized for present-day political correctness, creates what Nietzsche warned us of: the last man of complacent modernity, enabled by dopamine-dripping algorithms rather than elevated by the spirit of aspirational ideals. Critiques and challenges ahead. 1. The temporal paradox of philosophical alignment. An obvious criticism of Peterson's suggestion is temporal importance, over-indexing on ancient texts and leaving out modern insights on ethical questions. This is a valid point, and morality has been evolving year after year. That said, the Lindy effect, a theorized phenomenon by which the future life expectancy of things is proportional to their current age, would suggest that if an idea has stood the test of time for 2,000 years or more, it is reasonable to assume that it will still be relevant decades to come. Resolving this tension between old wisdom and new insight requires implementing what philosopher Kwame Anthony Appiah calls rooted cosmopolitanism, systems that balance cultural heritage with evolving norms. 2. Technical limits of philosophical formalization. In order to program something into a computer, you need to formalize it. Skeptics argue that reducing philosophical traditions and insights into abstractions inevitably corrupts them. The Cosmos Institute, led by Brian McCord, and the Human-Centered AI Lab at Oxford University are exploring this frontier. They are pioneering philosophy-informed AI building, continuously testing philosophical constructs against real-world ethical dilemmas and on-the-ground deployments of AI systems, refining their technical implementations over time. Conclusion. A future where we get AI wrong is a dreadful place to look forward to. In this video, we explored that philosophy is not only useful, but essential to get AI on the right track. Peterson's suggested approach, shared by several others, provides an alternative to the ideological capture by contemporary groupthink that is defining AI alignments today. As Aristotle observed, for the things we have to learn before we can do them, we learn by doing them. In that spirit, the path to aligned AI does not lie in abstract theorizing, but in the hard work of building systems that reflect humanity's highest self-understandings. The alternative, AI shaped by unexamined modernity, risks creating hyperintelligent avatars of human pathology. The choice between these futures might very well define if AI becomes humanity's greatest achievement or its final tragedy. Executing on it is up to us. Thank you for watching. I'm Jens. If you enjoyed the video, hit like and subscribe. That means the world to me. This is Order in Chaos, and as always, onwards and upwards.